So, this might sound like a hot take to many people out there, but it's a harsh reality that I had to learn myself. And I think some other people out there need to hear it too. And are you ready for it? Here it is. Complaining gets you nowhere in this hobby. Let me explain. So, we all know by now that the hobby is in a very weird state where it's very hard to get products. There's so much competition out there nowadays, even from people you wouldn't even think you'd be competing against. People are scalping left and right, and people are starting fights over product. And the internet is filled now with just comment section after comment section of people complaining, when will it end? When will things go back to the old way? All these scalpers suck, and I do agree. I'm not saying I don't agree with you, and you have every right to vent your opinions and frustration. But here's the realization I had, because I used to be one of those people too. I used to be online complaining about how this hobby was in shambles until I realized that it did nothing. And I was wasting a lot of time and I was wasting a lot of energy that I could have been using to put towards actually trying to figure out how to get product. So I flipped the script, and now instead of complaining, I started taking action. What did I do, you may ask? Well, first thing I did was I joined a Discord. Joining a Discord was perhaps one of the best things I could have done. And I used to be someone who said, no, I hate Discords. I'm not joining one. But after joining one and being a part of a community that was helpful in so many ways, and also giving me access to all kinds of tools to help me actually get Pokemon, I was like, man, where's this been all my life? Next thing I did was I took the time to learn whenever my local stores had restocks. I checked every day, different times of the day, until I eventually figured it out. Learning the Pokemon vending machine timers and when they drop product, making friends with people in the hobby that could be an extra set of eyes for me, that could be out there looking, letting me know when they hit a restock. And yes, for the record, I have a full time job and I was still able to do all of this. And you can too. It's just the change didn't happen for me until after I stopped complaining so much. Because here's the cold, hard truth you're not ready to hear: all of this isn't going away. No matter how much we complain, no matter how much we try to convince ourselves maybe one day everything that we say will not be in vain. Because if it was going to change, it would have by now. And once again, I want to reiterate and say that I'm not trying to silence you and say you shouldn't complain at all, because hell, even sometimes I still find myself complaining. But all I'm trying to say is that if you take that time and all that energy that you're putting into complaining and actually put it into the effort of trying to find product, then you will start succeeding. So let me know down in the comments below. Do you think that complaining actually helps the hobby? Do you think that it gets us anywhere? Or should you just accept it and adapt?